Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the campus of the Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils. A little bit of baseball action scheduled for this afternoon. The Rockhurst University Hawks bring their JV over for a contest with your Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils. We are going to get set to play here in a little bit, pushed from 2 back to 3, getting some people warmed up. Going to take a little break. We'll be back to get this thing going here in a bit. Welcome. All right, welcome everyone to a little Monday afternoon baseball on the campus of the Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils. The Rockhurst JV Hawks travel across town for a little 9-inning game this afternoon. On the mound for the Blue Devils is Gavin Killian. Behind the plate, Santiago. And we're ready for baseball. It looks like number 5 is going to lead things off. That's Drew Cornelison for the Hawks. There's a strike on the inside corner. Second pitch, there's a ground ball. Gary Goldbeck hustles in for that and gets there in time for the 6-3 ground out.
Now batting number 9, Avery Garman.
That's going to bring up number 9, Avery Garman. He will step in on the left-handed side. 1 out after the ground out of Cornelison. There's a foul ball. Swinging on the first pitch is Garman. So 0-1 the count on Garman. Comes the 0-1. There's a ground ball headed deep into the hole. Over to get that is Goldbeck. That's going to be a base hit by Garman. So a 1-out hit. Goldbeck over to get the ball, but not able to get a throw over in time.
Now up number 7, Dakota Hanna.
That'll bring up Dakota Hammond. Dakota Hannon. Foul back to the screen. Oh, and 1 the count on Hannah. Comes the pitch. There's a ball headed into right field. It's going to be a base hit, so moving over to second base is Garman. Hannah with a base hit to right field. Next up is number 18, Jack Miller.
Now up number 18, Jack Miller.
Takes ball 1. Garman at second, Hannah at first base. Back-to-back base hits for the Hawks. 1 out, Miller at the plate. There's a ground ball headed at the second baseman. He's up with it and over to first for the 4-6-3 double play. Basler to Goldbeck over to Woida for the twin killing. Gets that double play, gets him out of the inning. Couple of hits, no runs. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Your Blue Devils coming up, no score. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Michael Novak will be on the mound for the Hawks. That's going to bring up Gary Goldbeck. Goldbeck, Basler, and Woida to lead things off for the Blue Devils. There's a ball headed into center field, and the center fielder brings that in. So Goldbeck hits it hard, but line drive at the center fielder. That's going to bring up Peyton Basler. Basler will also step in on the left-handed side. 1 out. There's a strike right through there. Basler starts the season batting here at .571, but it's very early. There's a ball inside hit by a pitch, so Basler's going to head down to first. That's going to bring up Woida. Woida will also step in on the left-handed side. He'll have a runner at first base and 1 out. Woida starts the day batting .375. Runner at first, 1 out. That's outside, 1-0 the count. Comes the 1-0. There's a strike at the belt outside half of the plate. Early going here, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. That's upstairs, 2-1 the count. On the first baseman, Jace Wood, I want to welcome everyone to the broadcast. We will be going. Fortiz will go down to Texas to try and bring you the games. Here comes the pitch. There's a ball hit to deep center field. That's going to get back deep, and that's going to be extra bases for Woida. So Woida is going to cruise into second base with a double. Moves Basler over to third base. That's going to bring up Brady Patterson.
Now up the DH, number 32, Brady Patterson.
Patterson will step in with runners at second and third with 1 out. Patterson bats on the right-handed side. Patterson's batting .167 again very early in the season for the batting averages. That's low and outside for ball 1, 1-0 the count. We'll find out. I yet to hear back from the 2 schools where we'll be playing in Texas. Here comes the pitch. That's right top part of the zone at the belt, right down the middle for a strike called. So we'll be in Gainesville, Texas, play a couple of games on Friday and a couple on Saturday. We will try and bring you something. That ball breaks a little bit outside. Some of it may be audio only, but if we can come up with enough internet, we will bring at least some part of the game to you. There's a swing and a miss. So 2-2 the count on Brady Patterson, the designated hitter. So I'm looking forward to that trip down there. Hopefully we'll get some nice weather. Friday was very nice. That's outside for a full count now. 3-2 the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Runners at second and third. Comes the pitch. That ball breaks just a little bit outside. So that's going to load the bases for Mervosh. Mervosh will step in with the bases loaded and 1 out. Bases loaded here in the bottom half of the first inning. Comes the wind and the pitch. There's a strike. Outside corner at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases are full of Blue Devils. Jackson Mervosh at the plate. Mervosh batting .143. There's a base hit right back up the middle. Gonna score 2. So 2 RBI on that base hit by Jackson Mervosh up the middle. He drives in 2 to give the Blue Devils a 2-0 lead. So that's going to bring up Levi Martin. Martin will step in with 1 out and runners at first and second base. Martin also bats on the right-handed side. Martin starts the day batting .286. There's a ball right out in front of the plate, and it's going to come to a stop on the foul line. Sorry, I didn't get the camera changed. So that ball comes to a stop as the Hawks let it roll dead, and that's going to be an infield hit for Levi Martin. So that's going to load it up for Freddie Nolan the fourth. He'll step in with the bases loaded and 1 out. He starts the day batting .500. That breaks outside. Again, very early for the stats, but nonetheless, at this point, he's batting .500. Bases loaded. Novak on the mound for the Hawks. That ball's outside. So 2-0 the count. We're going to get a little visit to the mound. Want to welcome everyone watching today. Make a quick apology for no outfield camera. I couldn't get my wireless camera to bring information up here, so I don't have the outfield camera, but we'll use the one for the press box. I'm not a big fan of the one through the press box because it has to go through the screen, but nonetheless, you'll get a little bit of a look at it. Welcome, as I said, to the broadcast. If you watch at 4tees.com, I will put on the website at 4tees.com. You go to the Blue Devils page, and we will put all the updates. I know that all the parents have the app, WhatsApp, that they will get updates on what's going on. But if you go to the website, it'll also let you know what type of a broadcast, whether it's going to be audio only or if we'll have any video. Comes the wind and the pitch from Novak, and there's a strike right through there, so 2-1 the count now. Comes the wind and the 2-1. Strike catches the outside corner. Woida is at third. Patterson at second. 3-2 the count now. At first base is Martin. Mervosh with the 2-run single. There's a swing and a strikeout. So that's going to bring up Frankie.
Now batting number 26, Frankie Santiago.
It's going to bring up Frankie Santiago. He'll step in on the left-handed side. There's a foul ball backing out of play. Santiago, number 26. He'll be doing the catching duties today. Bases loaded. That misses just a little bit up and or out. Wasn't real far off the strike zone, but probably a little up. 1-1 the count. 2 outs now. Way outside with that pitch is Novak. There's a ball headed into deep left field. And that's going to be 3 RBI for Santiago as he goes into third base with a triple. So Santiago drives it deep to left field and drives in 3 runs to make it 5. That's going to bring up Brady Kern.
Now up, number 6, Brady Kern.
Kern will step in with a runner at third base. and 2 outs. 5 runs in the inning for the Blue Devils. There's a strike outside corner, strike called at the knees.
You gotta reset the count. It's on one.
Outside 1-1 the count. Runner at third base is Frankie Santiago, the catcher. He emptied the bases with a triple to left field. That's outside for ball 2, 2-1 the count. On the center fielder, Brady Kern. Comes the wind and the 2-1. Breaking ball gets back to the strike zone. Started out inside, came back over the inside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Breaking ball, he fouls it back to the screen, stays alive, does Kern. So a couple of singles, a double, and a triple in the inning so far. There's a ball headed down the right field line. That's going to be out of play. We'll do the 2-2 again. Comes the pitch. Breaking ball, fouls it away over the first base dugout. So he battles again. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Comes the wind in, the 2-2 way outside. It's going to be a wild pitch. Kern, will score on the wild pitch. So 3-2 the count now on Kern. 6 runs in the inning. Here comes the pitch. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. So the Blue Devils get 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. We go to the top of the second inning. Blue Devils leading 6-0. I'll be back. Thanks for joining me. All right, back for another inning of work is Killian. Ball's outside, 1-0 the count. Number 36, Augie Vile for the Hawks. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. One and one the count. There's a ball headed into left field. Thank you, sir. So a base hit. For Augie Vile.
Now batting number 50, Gage Allen. out.
It's going to bring up Gage Allen.
I hit it. I can't tell if it's out there or not.
Allen will step in with a runner at first base. And nobody out. That's a little high and inside.
Wow. Push it a little harder.
Breaking ball nicely blocked by the catcher, Santiago. So the ball headed down the right field line. That's going to be foul. Runner at first base, nobody else. Gage Allen at the plate, inside. Two balls and a strike. That's up high for ball four.
Now up, number 44, Luke Fuchs.
It's going to bring up Luke Fuchs. He'll be up there with runners at first and second. Nobody out. A swing and a miss of that high heater. 0-1 the count on Fuchs.
I only pushed it once.
High and inside. 1-1 the count. Augie Violet second. Gage Allen at first. Luke Fuchs at the plate. Popped up on the infield. Shallow into the outfield. Got in the sun at the last minute on Kern. Believe that'll be an error on Kern. See how they score that. I don't think you can give him a sunspot on that.
Now up to bat, number 17, Brendan Blackburn.
It's going to bring up Blackburn. Bases are now loaded. Breaking ball catches the strike zone. Nobody out. There's another breaking ball. Just catches the outside corner. So 0-2 the count. One and two the count now. Breaking ball in the dirt, nicely blocked by Santiago. So a strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Kyle Osborne.
Breaking ball catches the inside corner. There's a swing and a miss for 0-2 the count. Bases loaded, 1 out. Osborne at the plate. There's a high chopper back to the pitcher, and he takes it back to second. Killian 2. Basler for the force out, so the run scores on the fielder's choice. So 2 outs now.
Number 5, Drew Corneliuson.
Brings back to the top of the order Drew Corneliuson. He grounded out to Goldbeck his first time up. He'll step in with 2 outs. Breaking ball stays high and inside. 1-0 the count on Drew Corneliuson.
That's why I couldn't tell if it was on there or not.
There's a breaking ball, top part of the zone, swings through it, does Corneliuson for a strike. So 1-1 the count. 1 run in the inning. Makes it a 6-1 contest here in the top of the second. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Santiago. Martin, Kern, Nolan the fourth across the outfield left to right. The infield, Mervosh, Goldbeck, Basler, and Moita with Santiago behind the plate and Killian on the mound. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. There's a foul ball headed down the right field line. And that's going to be out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And the swing and the miss for the strikeout. So the Hawks get 1 run
Blue Devil Athletics would like to
on 1 hit. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Blue Devils leading 6-1. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Blue Devils leading 6-1. Goldbeck, Basler, and Moita scheduled up for the Blue Devils. That goes and fades just a little bit low for a ball. 1-0 the count on Goldbeck. Goldbeck lined out to the center fielder his first time up. There's a swing and a miss of that pitch. In the dirt, 2-1 the count. Is it appropriate to say in the dirt when there's brown turf down there? In the dirt. There's a ball headed into right field. So Goldbeck with a line drive base hit into right. Lead-off hitters on. That's going to bring up Peyton Basler.
Now batting number 2, Peyton Basler.
Basler will step in with a runner at first base and nobody out. Blue Devils leading 6-1. Going to play a 9-inning game today. The Rockhurst Hawks brings their JV into town. Toss over to first, Goldbeck back. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Andy's going to be safe with the head dive slide.
Ball. Okay. Thank you.
1-0 the count on Basler. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. The high fly ball into shallow left field. Everybody chasing. Shortstop goes out to take care of that. Shortstop is Dakota Hanna to take care of that. So that's going to bring up Jace Woida. Woida will step in with a runner at second base after the stolen base by Goldbeck. Woida steps in with 1 out and 1 on. Blue Devils leading 6-1. Comes the pitch. Catches the outside corner, does that breaking ball. Just barely makes it back to the zone. 0-1 the count on Jace Woida. Stays outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Sunshiny day. Breeze a little bit out of the north. Flag moving a little now. It was stronger earlier. Going to pick off play back to second. Back in safely is Goldbeck. Comes the 1-1. Little bit low. 2-1 the count. Woida is from Lincoln, Nebraska. There's a ground ball headed at the second baseman. He's up with it and over to the first baseman, so that's Novak over to Miller for the 4-3 ground out. Runner moves to third base.
Now up, number 32, Brady Patterson.
That's going to bring up Patterson. Patterson will step in now with 2 outs and a runner at third.
Think so.
Blue Devils with a 6-1 lead. Ball catches the inside corner. Pitching change made. Jake Kennett on the mound. There's a ball in the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher. Catcher is Luke Fucht. One and one the count. Breaking ball catches the outside corner at the knees. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning action. Blue Devils scored 6 in the first. Hawks with 1 in the second. So we're at 6-1. There's a foul ball back to the screen. Late attempt at that one keeps him alive. Patterson walked his first time out. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Fuchs. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. There's a ground ball foul down the third baseline. We'll do the 2-2 again. Down the left field line, gonna be foul.
I don't know how fast this people run. Like, I would say 82. 84 at the max.
Two balls, two strikes.
Not really.
Breaking ball popped up. Third baseman Garman calls for it. Wynn brings it back into the field to play. So the Blue Devils get a base hit, but they can't score him after he steals second base at the end of 2 full innings of play. The Blue Devils lead 6-1. We'll be back. New pitcher for the Blue Devils. Carson Rosen into the game. There's a strike called on his first pitch. Avery Garman had a base hit his first time up. Through the hole on the left side between the shortstop and the third baseman. There's a foul ball back and out of play. Swing and a miss for the strikeout, so Garman down on strikes. It's going to bring up Dakota Hanna.
Now up number 7, Dakota Hanna.
Hanna will step in with one out and nobody on. Here in the top of the third inning, Blue Devils leading 6-1. Hanna is promptly hit in the back. He had a base hit his first time. It's going to bring up Jack Miller.
Now batting number 18, Jack Miller.
Miller hit into a 4-6-3 double play to end the first inning. Foul ball out of play. There's a strike called. steal by Hannah. So Hannah with the stolen base.
Isn't it supposed to get colder?
Swing and a miss of that pitch for the strikeout. So a strikeout, a hit by pitch, stolen base, and now another strikeout. It's going to bring up Vile.
Now up number 40, Sam Owens.
Sam Owens, excuse me. Two endo the count. Ball headed down the left field line. It's going to be into the bullpen area of the Blue Devils. Foul ball over the third base dugout of the Blue Devils. Runner goes and out at third base for the final out of the inning. So Owens will be back to bat, provided he stays in the game. At the end of 2.5, Blue Devils lead 6-1. I'll be back. Archer Nolan on the mound for the Hawks. Now batting for the Blue Devils, Jackson Mervosh. Mervosh steps in to lead things off here. Bottom of the third inning. Mervosh had a base hit his first time up for 2 RBI. Breaking ball just catches the outside corner.
Yeah, I feel bad for whoever has to put all this in.
It's a high fly ball to the left side, shallow left field. That's going to fall just in shallow left field. The outfielder couldn't get there, thought it was going to be deeper, was the shortstop, Hannah. So into second base with a double for Jackson Mervosh.
Now number 34, Levi Martin.
So that will bring up Levi Martin. Martin will step in with a runner at second base and nobody out. Martin had a base hit his first time up. That's high and inside for ball one. 1-0 the count. So Mervosh with 2 RBI and Santiago with 3, and then 1 scored on a wild pitch. There's a ball out into shallow left field, and that ball's going to fall for a base hit. So that's going to bring up Freddie Nolan, the fourth.
22, Freddie Nolan.
Nolan struck out his first time up. He'll be up there with nobody out. Runners at first and second. Mervosh at second. Martin at first. Squares to bunt. Going to throw down to first. Back in safely is Martin. There's a bunt that's up. Runner better hustle back to second, but it is dropped. Mervosh at second was headed to third. The catcher comes up with that. It would be interesting to see if he could get up and make the play back at second for the double play, but the ball falls to the turf. So 0-2 the count now on Nolan, the fourth. Strike 3 called. Breaking ball just catches the outside corner. So 1 out. That's going to bring up Santiago.
Now up the catcher, number 20.
Santiago.
Santiago.
He had a triple with the bases loaded to score 3, and then he scored on a wild pitch. That's a strike. Catches the outside corner. Mervosh at second, Martin at first, Santiago at the plate, 1 out. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The shade from the press box will start working its way onto the field. It's right at the back of the catcher's box right now. There's a strike called. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Foul ball backing out, a play by Santiago. In the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher, Fuchs. Inside and low for ball 4. That's going to bring up Brady Kern. Kern struck out his first time up. He will step in with the bases loaded and 1 out. Kern is the center fielder today. Mervosh at third, Martin at second, Santiago at first. Squares to bunt, takes a strike, breaking ball right outside, right on the outside corner. Oh, and 1 the count on Brady Kern. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Would you umpire for $250 for one game? On college? I do for 50.
In the dirt, nicely blocked by Fucht.
Yeah. I do it for like 11 years. So, it's still, I mean, parents are still crazy.
2 balls and a strike, 1 out.
I call everything strikes. Yeah, keep swinging.
9-inning scheduled game against Rockhurst. Junior varsity Hawks. Squares to bunt and he fouls it back. So 2-2 the count now. The suicide squeeze was on. Fouled it away, so the bunt probably would be off with the 2 strikes. Not likely to keep it. Little check swing foul ball right there. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Kern, the center fielder, the number 9 hitter, struck out his first time up. Blue Devils leading 6-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's a swing and a foul into the glove of the catcher, Fucht. For the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to bring up Goldbeck. Gary Goldbeck will step in. He had a line drive to the center fielder for out his first time up and had a base hit to right field his second time up. Fouls that one away. So 2 outs, bases loaded here in the bottom of the 3rd, scheduled 9-inning game. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Fucht. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases full of Blue Devils. Mervosh at 3rd, Martin at 2nd, Santiago at 1st. There's a strike. Breaking ball just makes it back down to the belt outside half of the plate. 1-2 the count now on Gary Goldbeck, the shortstop. Breaking ball just catches the outside corner for a called strike 3. So the Blue Devils get no runs on 2 hits. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Blue Devils leading 6-1. I'll be back. Thanks for joining me. Carson Rosenbach for another inning of work. Owens, Allen, and Fuchs scheduled up for the Hawks. There's a strike on the outside corner. Owens was up last inning when Hannah was caught stealing. There's a ball headed down the left field line. Caught in the bullpen area. Strike 2 now on Owens. That's up high. Ball 1. 1-2 the count on Owens.
Reminds me of a guy on my JUCO team, about the same size. But that kid had a hammer.
Outside. 2-2 the count. Martin, Kern, Nolan. The fourth across the outfield, left to right. Mervosh, Goldbeck, Basler, and Woida across the infield with Santiago behind the plate. Carson on the mound. And strike 3 called outside corner at the knees. That's going to bring up Gage Allen.
Now batting number 50, Gage Allen.
Allen reached on a base on balls his first time up. That was in the second inning. There's a foul ball back to the screen way out in front of that one. Breaking ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run in thus far for the Hawks from Rockhurst. They trail 6-1. That breaking ball just a little bit outside. 2-1 the count. Foul ball over the first base dugout. Blue Devils will travel down to Gainesville, Texas on Thursday, play a couple of games on Friday and a couple on Saturday before returning home. There's another foul ball backing out of play. We will make an attempt to broadcast in some manner down in Texas. I'll travel down with the team. We may have to do some audio only, but regardless, we'll try and bring you what we can. There's a ball down the right field line, and that's going to be in the bullpen of the Hawks. I will take my Starlink with me and make an opportunity on Friday, the games are at a high school, and on Saturday, they're at a college down in Gainesville, I believe, unless that's changed. Comes the 2-2. There's a ball headed into right field. That's going to be a base hit. So Gage Allen with a base hit into right field. That's going to bring up Fuchs.
Now batting number 44, Luke Fuchs.
He reached on an error his first time up. Long run for Kern, but he was there in plenty of time. There's a base hit right back up the middle.
All sports.
So back-to-back base hits for the Hawks, and they've got something going here with 1 out.
Now batting number 17, Brendan Blackburn.
That's going to bring up Blackburn. He'll step in, swings at that breaking ball, and comes up empty. 0-1 the count. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Santiago.
Yeah, it's a staff member that works at the school. He's done it for years. He's done it for like Arkansas or Razorbacks.
There's a strike called.
What do you do in basketball?
What do I do?
Like, how would you say, like, so-and-so missed the shot?
In the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Runner at second is Alan Fuchs at first. That's down low. 3-2 the count. There's a ball headed into center field. Nice play by Kern. He got a nice jump on the ball, a running grab out in the center field. So a nice job by the center fielder, Kern, to get the second out of the inning.
Now batting, Kyle Osborne.
That's going to bring up Osborne. 2 outs now. There's a breaking ball. Sails just a little bit low. He was out on a fielder's choice his first time up, but it scored a run. There's a ball headed back up the middle. That's going to get into the gap in right center. It's going to score 1, possibly 2. And Osborne with a double with 2 RBI.
Yep, count. 3 balls.
Oh,
And then you're all good.
So a double for Osborne.
Did you give him a hit?
yeah.
He is the left fielder. There's a breaking ball headed up the middle, another base hit right up the middle, and that's going to be an RBI base hit for Novak. So Osborne and Novak with back-to-back RBI base hit. We're going to get a visit to the mound. May get a pitching change. We'll find out about that change, and we'll be back. All right, the pitching change has been made. Number 43, Charlie Moser, will be coming to the mound, a left-hander from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Let me put one song in there. One song.
Avery Garment will be up. He's had a base hit and a strikeout so far in this one. That's way outside. 1-0 the count.
It's against the, you can't double dip on that. I was a starter. We only got one walkout. We only got in the first inning. We needed 7 walkouts. Like we always do.
Throw over to first, back in safely is Novak. Novak had an RBI base hit. 1 run in the inning. 3 runs in the inning. That misses just a little bit outside. That was a pretty good pitch. Must have been a little movement by the left-hander there on that one to make it be a ball. 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss of that pitch. 2-1 the count on Garmin. Foul ball back into the net. Foul ball out of play. I missed out. Hit by pitch. So hit by pitch is Gorman.
Oh, bad. Number 7, Dakota, Hannah.
It's going to bring up Dakota Hanna. The pitcher on the mound from Lincoln, Nebraska is Mosser. So instead of Moser, it is Mosser. There's a foul ball backing out of play. So Mosser on in relief of Rosen and Killian. Comes the 0-1 just inside. High and tight right there with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 6-4 the lead for the Blue Devils here in the top of the 4th inning. There's a swing and a miss. Foul ball into the net.
He's got to be a Mizzou commit, so it's either that or I think Alabama.
Hannah's had a base hit and then hit by a pitch, had a stolen base, then he was caught stealing. In very tight on the plate. It's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-run lead for the Blue Devils. Foul ball backing out of play. We'll do the 2-2 again. So ball headed into right field. And that ball gets over Nolan the 4th. So 2 runs in to tie things up. See how that's scored. I think it has to be scored a triple with 2 runs scored. We'll see how it is scored on the board. Going to be scored as a hit. Ball kind of sailed on him. So 2 runs in to tie this thing up. So a 6-6 tie here in the top of the fourth. Tying outside. 2-0 the count. So Miller at the plate. He hit into a 4-6-3 double play his first time up. Second at bat, he struck out. He's the first baseman. That's high and outside. Going to get a visit to the mound. We'll take a break. We'll be back. This thing's all tied up at 6 here in the top of the fourth. We'll be back. Pitch was high. 3. There's a foul ball down by the third base coach.
Yeah, I played in college. What school? Went to Jeffco in Hillsboro and then Central Missouri. Yeah, Hillsboro, Jefferson College. It's a junior college.
3-2 the count. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout.
I got to do a read here.
So the Hawks with 5 runs
County Inn and Suites
on
by
1,
Madison,
2,
located
3, 4 hits.
10th Street in the Legends Entertainment District in KCK. If you are in town and need a great place to stay, contact Melissa Morrison at 913-299-4700 for reservations.
All tied up at 6. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. I'll be back.
I got top fifth now.
Now pitching Garrison Mertz for the Hawks. Peyton Basler is up. He's been hit by a pitch and popped out to the shortstop in shallow left field. 2-0 the count. There's a strike right through there. 2-1 the count on Basler. Basler, the second baseman. There's 3-1 the count. There's ball 4. It's going to bring up Woida.
Now batting, number 23, Jace Woida.
Woida will step in with nobody out and a runner at first base after the walk. The press box and the sun kind of causing havoc with the cameras all, but bear with me here. Woida to the plate. He's had a double and a ground out to the second baseman so far. Takes first pitch as a strike. 0-1 the count. Runner at first base is Peyton Basler. There's a throw over to first, back in safely is Basler. Comes the 0-1. It's down a little bit low. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the fourth inning action. All tied up at 6. It's a ground ball headed at the second baseman. It's going to be an error on the second baseman. Now, we're going to give that second baseman an error, but if he fields that ball cleanly, there's still not going to be an out because there wasn't anyone to cover first base. But nonetheless, an error. Runners at first and second. That's going to bring up Brady Patterson. Patterson steps in with nobody out. Runners at first and second. There's a ball headed into right field. And it's going to be a base hit. And in safely at second base. So Patterson with a blue base hit into right field. And that's going to bring up Jackson Mervosh. Mervosh has a double with a single with 2 RBI and a double. So he's got back-to-back hits. Does Mervosh, the third baseman. So he will step in to face Mertz. Bases loaded, nobody out. Mervosh will step in. Outside, 1-0 the count. In the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher, Fucht. There's a foul ball. That's a little bit low. Jeff Woida, I know you're out there watching. Take a look at this. Is this better than when it's really, really dark to bring it in this close? Let me know, please. Bases loaded. That's inside. Trying to make some corrections with a camera here to try and get you a little better view. 3-2 the count, bases loaded. Ball hit it at the second baseman. They're going to get the fielder's choice at second base. So Mervosh hits into a fielder's choice 4-6, but scores a run to make it 7-6.
Sorry. You got too many on there?
The ball hit it up the middle. It's going to be a 6-3 double play to end things. Sorry, everyone, fighting with my cameras a little bit here, trying to see if I can't get you a decent look. Nonetheless, the Blue Devils with one run to make it 7-6 as we go to the top of the fifth inning. We'll be back. Owens, Allen, and Fuchs scheduled up for the Hawks. Blue Devils with the 7-6 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Top of the fifth inning. Caleb Reed on the mound in relief for the Blue Devils. Owens with the swing and the miss. That's outside, 1-1 the count. The sunshine here at KCK. We like the sunshine. There's a ball headed into center field. That's going to be down in front of Kern for a base hit. So Owens with a couple of base hits in his 2-for-3 afternoon.
Number 50, Gage Allen.
It's going to bring up Gage Allen. He's reached on a base on balls and had a base hit. So 1-for-1 so far on the day for Allen. There's a foul ball back into the net. Oh, and 1 the count. Blue Devils with the 7-6 lead here on the top of the fifth inning. As a breaking ball just swung through right there for a strike. Breaking pitch sets him down for the strikeout. So strikeout for Allen. That's going to bring up Fucht. Fucht has reached on an error and had a base hit. He'll step in with one out and a runner at first base after Owens singled. Squares to bunt, offers, and comes up empty.
You got a ball up there. It's a strike.
So 0-1 the count. The sun creates a couple of problems here. It creates one with the press box in the batter's box, and then it creates one on the scoreboard, making it hard to see as well. That missed low and outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, 1 run lead for the Blue Devils. Breaking pitch swung through and missed. 1-2 the count. Martin, Kern, Nolan the fourth across the outfield. Mervosh, Goldbeck, Basler, and Moita across the infield. Strike 3 called. The breaking pitch just catches the outside corner. So a base hit, a swinging strikeout, and a looking strikeout with 2 outs here and a runner at first base. That's going to bring up Blackburn. Blackburn is struck out and hit a line drive to center field. He hits a line drive to center field here. It could be a tough play for Kern as the sun is headed straight for him at this time. 1-0 the count. That's up high. Caleb Reed on in relief. Killian goes 2. Rosen goes 1 2/3. Moss goes 2/3 of an inning, and now Caleb comes on here in the 5th. 3-0 the count on Blackburn. There's a strike right at the knees outside part of the plate. 3-1. Come right back there and throw that same pitch again. Would work just fine. 3-1 the count. Way outside. So Blackburn reaches on a base on balls.
Now batting, number 33, Kyle Osborne.
That's going to bring up Osborne. He's the left fielder. He hit into fielder's choice his first time up that scored a run, an RBI, and then he had a double for 2 more RBIs. So the number 9 hitter for Rockhurst has 3 of their 6 RBI. 1-0 the count on him. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on, 1 run lead for the Blue Devils here in the top of the 5th. Foul ball back to the screen. Breaking ball stays up high. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Swing and a miss for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Blue Devils leading by 1. Thanks for watching. We'll be back. Nolan the fourth, Santiago, and Kern scheduled up for the Blue Devils. That ball misses just a little bit outside. 1-0 the count on Freddie Nolan the fourth. He's the right fielder. He has struck out and been called out on strikes, so for 2 on the day. There's a strike called, catches the outside corner. So I'm sure he would like to get something on the outfield grass here. 1-2 the count as he fouls that one away. So down in the count is the right fielder, Nolan the fourth. Swing and a miss for Nolan the fourth. That's the first out of the 5th inning for the Blue Devils.
Now batting number 26, Frankie Santiago.
That's going to bring up the catcher, Frankie Santiago. He had a 3 RBI triple in the first inning, walked in the third. He takes ball 1. 1-0 the count. Foul ball backing into the net. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 run lead for the Blue Devils. Another foul ball back into the screen, so 1-2 the count. Strike 3 called on Santiago. So back-to-back strikeouts. That's going to bring up Brady Kern.
Brady Kern.
Comes the pitch. That's way inside. 1-0 the count. Kern has struck out twice so far today. Foul ball back to the screen, so 1-1 the count. That's outside. 2-1 the count. Foul ball back into the screen, so 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs on the center fielder, Brady Kern. That stays up high. Full count. Ball 4 inside. So the 2-out walk is issued to Brady Kern. So back to the top of the order, and Gehrig Goldbeck.
Bat number 4, Gehrig Goldbeck.
Goldbeck has lined out, had a base hit and a stolen base, and was called out on strikes his last time up. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. 0-1 the count on the shortstop, Gehrig Goldbeck. Throw over to first. Back in safely is Kern. There's a breaking pitch. Starts out way inside, lefty versus lefty here. Breaks back across the plate. Tough pitch to hit. Down in the count, 0-2 is Goldbeck. Stays up high, runner goes, and safe. Ball gets into the outfield and headed over to third. So we're going to be in a bit of a pickle here. As the runner came around third, he ran into Coach Goldbeck and ends up tagged out at home for the 3rd out of the inning. So we go to the top of the 6th inning. The Blue Devils leading Rockhurst JV 7-6 as we go to the top of the sixth. I'll be back.
From our roots as a union-owned
So back for another inning to work is Caleb Reed. That ball's a little bit low. There's a ground ball headed at Goldbeck. He's up with it and over to first base for the ground out. So a 6-3 ground out of Michael Novak. When it comes to playing against JV teams, there's so many.
now batting, number 9, Avery Garvin.
There's so many jersey changes and so forth, and we don't get lineups at the beginning of the game. Makes it tough sometimes to get the names right, so we apologize for that. Try to do the best we can with it. Avery Garman, he's had a base hit, a strikeout, and a hit by a pitch. And his first 2 pitches to him have been balls 2-0 the count. So top of the 6th inning action, Blue Devils leading 7-6 here. That's a little bit low for ball 3.
Do I have a 1 or a 3?
A 3 up there.
Good, thank you.
It's inside for a 4-pitch walk. It's going to bring up Dakota Hanna.
Now up for the Hawks, number 7, Dakota Hanna.
Hanna is 2 for 3 on the day. He's had a single, hit by a pitch, and a triple that drove in 2 runs. He steps in with 1 out. There's a high fly ball to center field. Kern is camping under that and makes the play. So Hanna out for the first time on the day on a high fly ball to center field, taken care of by Kern.
Now to bat, number 18, Jack Miller.
That's going to bring up Jack Miller. Miller's hit into a double play, a 4.63, and then struck out a couple of times. He'll be up there with 2 outs and a runner at first. Nice block by Santiago there on that ball in the dirt. Martin, Kern, Nolan the 4th across the outfield, left to right. Mervosh, Goldbeck, Basler, Woida across the infield. Santiago behind the plate. There's a strike right through there at the knees. With Caleb Reed on in relief for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils leading 7-6 here in the top of the 6th inning. Scheduled 9-inning game. Throw over to first, back in safely is Garman. Little bit low. Pretty nice looking pitch right there. Ruled a little bit low. 2-1 the count. Miller, the first baseman. He's up there with 2 outs and a runner at first. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3 called. Caught the outside corner for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Blue Devils leading 7-6. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Blue Devils will have Goldbeck, Basler, and Wojda up. New pitcher for the Hawks, number 28, Gavin Dockery, comes to the mound, a right-hander.
Coming off the bottom of the 6th, number 4, Garrett Goldbeck.
Gary Goldbeck, he's been out on a line drive to center field, had a base hit to right, and called out on strikes. He'll step in as he leads off the bottom half of the 6th inning for the Blue Devils. Squares to bunt, and it is going to come to a stop on the white chalk. That's twice today that the Hawks have left a ball to lay and to go foul, and it did not. So a base hit bunt
Off the bat, number 2, Peyton Basler.
for Gary Goldbeck. That's going to bring up Basler. Basler's been hit by a pitch, popped out to the shortstop, and reached on a base on balls. Way up high, 1-0 the count. On the second baseman, Peyton Basler. Goldbeck off with the pitch, and backing up nicely is the second baseman, Novak, to keep Goldbeck at second base. 2-0 the count. So Goldbeck not running on the first pitch, was running on the second. 2-0 the count. Hey, squares to bunt and takes one off the thigh. So hit by a pitch is Peyton Basler.
Now up the first baseman, number 23, Jace Wojda.
That's going to bring up Wojda. Wojda will step in With nobody out and runners at first and second. Wade has had a double, grounded out to the second baseman, and then reached on an error. His third time up by that second baseman. Squared to bunt, pulls it back. And the runners steal the base as he squared to bunt, and the third baseman charged. The runners were off. 1-0 the count.
That's the Big 12 right there. Mizzou, and he's going to go to Nebraska most likely.
Stays up high, does that pitch. So 2-0 the count on Wood. We're going to get a visit to the mound. We'll take a break. Here we are in the bottom of the sixth. Blue Devils with runners at second and third. Woida at the plate, nobody out. They lead 7-6 here in the bottom of the sixth inning of this 9-inning game. We'll be back. All right, the visit is over. No change made. I'm guessing Wood is not going to see anything even close to the strike zone. And then we get a pitch called strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. That's up high. 3-1 the count. Wood the number 3 hitter with Patterson behind him. Here comes the pitch and a swing and a miss. Heater on the inside part of the plate at the knees. Comes up empty there, so 3-2 the count. Blue Devils leading 7-6. Fouls that one back to the screen. We'll do the 3-2 again. Goldbeck at third. Basler at second. Boyd at the plate. Nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. That stays up high for ball 4. So Woida works the walk, loads up the bases. It's going to bring up the designated hitter. Brady Patterson will step in. Patterson, the designated hitter. Bases full of Blue Devils. Nobody out. Outside and in the dirt. 1-0 the count. There's a hit by a pitch for an RBI. So that makes the count 8-6. It's going to bring up Mervosh. So Mervosh will be up there with the bases still loaded.
Are we good? It didn't get it. Good run. Now up, number 10, Jackson Mervosh.
Mervosh will step in. He's had a base hit, a double, and then had an RBI, fielder's choice. There's a strike outside part of the plate at the knees. So Mervosh 2 for 3 on the day with 3 RBI. Swing and a miss of that pitch, so quickly 0-2 the count. On the third baseman, Jackson Mervosh. the ball headed into right field. So a sac fly, RBI for Mervosh. It's going to make it 9-6.
Now it's bat number 34, Levi Martin.
It's going to bring up Levi Martin. Martin will step in with 1 out. Runners at the corners now. Patterson at first. There's a bunt that's fouled. Woida at third. Bunt is fouled, so 0-1 the count on the left fielder, Levi Martin. Throw over to first. Nothing going on over there. Back in safely is Patterson. Blue Devils with a 9-6 lead as they bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Squares to bunt, and bunt's foul. Does Martin. So 0-2 the count on Martin now. Throw over to first again. Nothing going on over there. Stays up high. 1-2 the count on the left fielder, Levi Martin. Martin's had a couple of base hits that he hit into a double play. It's outside, so 2-2 the count. It's a high fly ball into left field. Osborne over to take care of that. Center fielder Blackburn takes it. So a sac fly for Levi Martin. He hits it deep for an RBI. Makes it 10.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Blue Devils. Number 5, Jackson Wiedner.
So a pinch hitter, Jackson Wiedner, gets in on the left-handed side. And a stolen base for Patterson. It's a high fly ball out toward the shortstop. That's going to be an error on the shortstop.
Hit the air button again.
Do it again.
Yeah, +1 air.
So Wiedner with the high fly ball, and the wind took it back toward right field just enough that made an error, did the shortstop. There's a throw over to first, back in safely. So a run scores on the air. Santiago's there. He's had a triple, a walk, and a strikeout. The runner goes. And a stolen base by Wiedner.
Got a ball, right? Yeah.
Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second base is Wiedner. He pitch hit for Nolan the fourth. There's strike 2 called. So 1-2 the count. Blue Devils with the 11-6 lead now here in the bottom of the 6th. They've plated 4 so far here this inning. There's a swing and a miss to end the inning. So the Blue Devils with 4 runs.
Blue Devils lead 11-6.
4 runs on 1 hit. So it makes it 11-6. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Blue Devils leading 11-6. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the top of the 7th inning. Number 16, Weston Freeze, in to pitch for the Blue Devils. Have a pinch hitter here for the Hawks. Jake Canent. There's a strike called. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count on Canent. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Now pitch hitting Noah Villarreal. Breaking ball right through there. Catches the inside part of the plate. Strike 2. And strike 3 called. So Freeze comes in and gets a swinging strikeout and a punch out. It's going to bring up another pinch hitter, Jim Burns. Strike called right there with the breaking ball. There's a fastball at the knees called strike 2. So if Freeze can get a strikeout here, he will strike out the side. And there's a swing and a miss. So Freeze strikes out the side. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Blue Devils leading 11-6. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Curran, Goldbeck, and Basler scheduled up. There's a bunt right back to the pitcher. Pitcher's up with it and down to first and safe. Not sure if he beat it out or if he pulled up. Evidently, he beat it out, so we got a bunt hit for Brady Kern.
Now batting, number 4, Garrett Goldbeck.
That's going to bring up Goldbeck. Goldbeck is lined out, had a base hit, called out on strikes, and a bunt hit his last time up. And safe at second base, and then he overslid the bag and out on the tag after he overslid the base. So the base is stolen, then out for unassisted. So Goldbeck now up there with one out and nobody on. 2-0 the count on Goldbeck. Blue Devils leading 11-6 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Scheduled 9-inning game. There is a line drive base hit for Goldbeck right up the middle. So Goldbeck is 3 for 5 on the day.
Number 2, Peyton Basler.
So that's going to bring up Basler. Basler's been hit by a pitch, popped out, had a base hit, and been hit by a pitch. So he's been hit by a pitch twice in this one. There's a throw over to first. Back in safely is Goldbeck. So Kern gets the bunt hit, then he swipes second, overslides it, and is out. Another throw, Goldbeck with a little bit of a step like he was headed down to second, but he got back. One out, 11-6 lead for the Blue Devils. Another throw over to first, that gets by the first baseman. Goldbeck headed to second. Gary Goldbeck looks faster to me this year in these 2 games that I've seen than he did last year. I like it. That's a nice job there. So Goldbeck goes from first to third on the errant throw of the pickoff attempt. There's a strike called on the outside corner. So 0-1 the count on the second baseman, Peyton Basler. There's a fair ball down into the right field corner, so an RBI double, and it's going to be actually a triple. So the double cut and right just inside, or actually over the top of the bag and into the corner for the RBI triple for Basler. So that's going to make it 12-6.
23, Jace, Wojta.
So that's going to bring up Wojta. Wojta will step in with a runner at third base and one out. Wojta has a double, a ground out, reached on an error, and walked. So 1 for 3 on the day. There's going to be a pass ball that Gary Goldbeck is going to score on the pass ball.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're good. Did you get the ball?
Yes. 2.
2-0.
2-0 the count. So
We scored 2 this inning.
the pass ball was high, but right past the catcher's glove. Should have been caught, in my opinion. 2-0 the count. 13-6 the score. That ball just misses inside. So 3-0 the count on Wojta. 13-6, bottom of the 7th action, 9-inning scheduled game. There's a strike called at the knees on the outside corner.
I just noticed we need a home run.
3 balls and 1 strike.
We had one at Central Missouri. They played it for years.
Missed just a little bit low. So Wojta with back-to-back walks. He'll be down at first base with 1 out.
Coming up to the
That's
plate,
gonna bring
number
up-
32, Brady Patterson.
That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Brady Patterson. He's walked, popped out to the third baseman, had a base hit into right field, and was hit by a pitch that rendered a run, and he had a stolen base. Breaking ball just a little bit fades outside there. 1-0 the count. That's down low and in the dirt, nicely blocked by Fuchs.
I'm not at home. I have Tommy down.
You had Tommy down. Okay, I didn't know that. I saw you were in the training.
2-0 the count. Throw over to first. Back in safely is Wojta.
Yeah, did you have it last semester?
Called a balk. Wojta goes down to second. So a runner at second base in scoring position for Patterson. Swing and a miss of that pitch. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. Wojta at second base. 13-6 the score here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. There's a hit by a pitch. So another hit by pitch. Going to get a visit to the mound.
Jackson, Mervosh.
Mervosh will be up when we get back from the visit. We're going to take a break. I'll be back. All right, the pitching change has been made for the Rockhurst Junior Varsity Hawks. Jackson Mervosh, he's had a base hit, a double. Had a fielder's choice that yielded a run and then a sac fly, so 2 for 3 on the day is Mervosh. There's a high fly ball to right field. And the ball is missed by the right fielder. And the runner is going to head for home and is going to be safe. So runners now at first and third. 1 run has scored on the play.
I got one too many runs.
So it should be 14.
Yes, only 1 run scored.
So 13.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Blue Devils. Number 7, Austin Burrows.
Austin Burrows to the plate is going to pinch hit. There's a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, just get the count right.
Oh, he's got 1 more run. Yeah, that's it. 1 more run.
Foul ball back to the screen. Runners at second and third, 1 out, 0-2 the count on Austin Burrows. There's a wild pitch that will score a run.
Right?
No, here.
Oh, I only hit it once.
Fifteen to 6 in the score. The runner at third is potentially the winning run by the 10-run rule. Everyone was starting to walk off. We
Oh, okay.
got an extra run, went up on the board. That's inside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What's our theme song?
Burrows at the plate. See if he can get a walk-off to win this in 10-run rule. That's up high. 3-2 the count. Burrows pinch hitting for Levi Martin. Way outside for ball 4. So Burrows takes the walk. So that's going to bring up Wiedner.
Now batting, number 5, Jackson Wiedner.
Wiedner reached on an error by the shortstop his first time up. That yielded a run, but he also had a stolen base. That's up high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. That's up high for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Runners at first and third. Potential winning run at third base. That's up high for ball 3. 3-0 the count. So Mervosh, the potential winning run at third. That's up high for ball 4. That's going to bring up Santiago, the catcher.
Catcher, number 26, Frankie Santiago.
Santiago had a 3 RBI triple, a walk, called out on strikes, and struck out his last time out. 1-0 the count. One and oh the count.
7 balls in a row right now. Balls in a row.
There's a strike, catches the outside corner. One ball, one strike, 1 out. 1 run needed to end this thing. Foul ball back to the screen. The catcher, Frankie Santiago, up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on him. Mervosh, the winning run at third base. 1 out. Swing and a miss for the strikeout.
Now batting, number 6, Brady Kern.
Brady Kern steps in. He struck out twice, walked once, and had a bunt hit, and then was caught stealing, actually stole the base, and then when he came off the base was tagged out. So bases loaded, 2 outs now. That's inside for ball 1. Want to know the count, 2 outs, bases full of Blue Devils, but we just need one of them to score to end this thing. Bottom of the 6th inning action. There's a ball up high, 2-0 the count. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. Here comes the 3-0. There's a strike right through there. At the knees, right down the middle, 3-1 the count.
No one ever expect that. 3-0. Push back. 2 outs.
There's ball 4. And there is the run across for the 10-run rule. So the Blue Devils take this 9-inning game 16-6 in 7 innings. Everyone keep an eye on 4Ts.com. I will put on the website the games that we are able to broadcast or how we will broadcast, whether they'll be audio only, or if we have be able to stream. But we will try and bring those games to you, provided that we can get an internet down there. We will bring audio only or video when we can. So thanks for watching today. We'll be putting things on the website, but we will bring you as much as we can on the trip to Gainesville, Texas next week. That's it for today. Have a great day. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll talk to you soon.